I just got one of the coolest things ever a couple days ago. It's called a Pyboard. Runs a version of Python 3 called MicroPython. It resides on the chip right there. Python is the operating system. And so when I connect to it via a micro USB cable, I just pull up a terminal, and this right here is running on the Pyboard. And it's a subset of Python 3. Now then, hard to film and operate the keyboard. You program it in Python, and then you can hit save and save it onto the Pyboard. It appears as a flash drive. You just name it main.py. You can also use a SD card. Anyways, I'm going to hit Control D after it finishes saving when the light goes off. And so Control D runs the program, main.py. So what I do is I flash some of the onboard LEDs. So this right here is asking me to input the low and the high value for how long each LED is going to go on beyond. Then it tells me to hit the onboard switch. There's an onboard switch right here, which I'm detecting. When I hit it, it starts just randomly flashing the 4 LEDs for a random period of time. I've got a few other things. So right here I've got a leaf switch. And you can see when I hit the leaf switch, the LED comes on. And I've actually got this hooked up as an internet or a interrupt service routine, so that it detects it and calls a callback function, which not only turns the LED on and off, gives me a count of the number of times I have, and I debounce it. Then the other thing I've got hooked up is a photo resistor. And it might be hard to tell, but the output of the photo resistor is plugged into a PWM channel that this LED is plugged into. Ah, you can see it, it looks like. Yeah, there we go. The other thing I've got is when I hit the onboard switch, it will tell me the value on the left is the analog to digital current value, and the value on the right is the PWM value it's sending to the LED. Anyways, I plan on making this into a general purpose robot controller and building robots around it. In fact, I might build a controller out of it and introduce it to my students, and maybe even build some robots for next year's Global Conference on Educational Robotics and their Beyond Bot Ball competition, a robotics competition for adults. To stop it, all I have to do is hit Control-C. Detects the keyboard interrupt, and then I just turn everything off. Let's see here. There we go. So there's just the main loop. A bunch of code to set up, but the code's pretty straightforward. Anyways, the board was only $49.